day and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yay!
Guys.
Shenanigans.
Well, half of it's your fault, you know, David.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because I'm a terrible director.
Yeah, yes, you are. I'm glad you finally accepted that. That's the first step in this. And
It's not
When
an
last we
addiction,
left our
it's a lack
intrepid
of
heroes.
skill.
no, it's not an addiction. Well, sure, I did.
We can stop anytime we want.
No, we were talking about David's directing skills.
He can stop anytime he wants. Starting next time.
I got addicted to drinking brake fluid,
Anyway,
but I can stop anytime I want.
so
Nah.
on that news,
Jesus.
I need to give a shout out to
Did Evan
RPG
for that
elements.
beautiful pun?
What's it,
for making awesome miniatures like this one right here that they will be coming up shortly, I hope.
No tongue kissing the purple worm. Unless you're into that sort of thing.
Hey, you know, they can...
Title of your sex tape.
Tongue kissing the purple worm.
Together we role play after dark.
Oh, there we go. Anyway, let's cut to the intro.
All right.
In a moment. So, a little bit of recap on the Silver Menagerie +1. As you guys spoke to the World Turtle, as you were having a bit of a day off, Ek, you were speaking to the World Turtle and kind of forgot what you were looking for. And with a very,
What I do?
you know, subpar rolls, the World Turtle pretty much said, do it yourself. And flung you onto its back thousands of feet in through the air and landing, supposedly, just fine. But then you kind of being a dipshit, and well, that's fine now. You met a somewhat remembered, kind of not remembered, a little remembered, half-elf ranger bard that was currently about to enjoy his coffee day until you showed up.
I hate you all. I hate you all.
Another one of us.
You ruined my moment of bliss.
As this new entity, a little properly annoyed, having all strange phenomenons happen as you spoke to your spirit guide, have devils join in on this coffee day and other strange oddities as magnetic elementals. I forgot what they're.
Magnementals?
Magnetic elementals. That's a mouthful. Assailed you because there was a drastic intake of metal/magnetic properties that they went yum yum, and they came over to say hello, and then you fought them away. You guys are currently at camp in this bright red leaf fall woodland biome on top of this World Turtle's back. Currently resting and finishing up a long rest. Is there anything you wish to do during this long rest before its completion?
Oh,
No.
I am literally going to try and keep myself from getting. I am so bruised. I am literally going to find a soft mossy patch and just pass out.
Easy enough. This woodlands area, though not accustomed to your watery/swampy preference, There are a lot of soft pieces of land here that has an overgrown of moss and leaves and and stuff like that. They're able to make decent beds.
Excellent. I am, ladies and gentlemen, lights out. And I don't care what time of day and night it is, I'm out.
I'm assuming you say that an hour after everyone else has fallen asleep.
So you're talking to me, you're the one still awake. I guess Sparks is still awake too.
Stop. I can't rest because you're looking at me. just turn around. Can you like? Oh God! Turn. I turn around and shove my ass up toward their face. Fine.
You have a toy
Bennett is
ass
on the
facing
other
you.
side. What you dreaming about?
No, he's got to be doing the Silver Menagerie like this, with his feet up behind him, like
Twirling the fat toes a little bit.
As I ingress into my shell further and further.
Benedict just climbs in with him.
My stumpy little digit.
You finished a long rest. Congratulations.
Oh, all right. I had nightmares.
No, that was before you went to sleep.
Are you taking a long rest as well?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Then everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
All of us.
Everyone
Oh no.
does.
First roll of the
Had
night.
the tea worn off.
I will be rerolling
The tea
that.
has one.
20.
What do we mean? Wisdom?
Are you able to do saving throws with the sorcery points?
Am I not?
I don't
Oh
think
no.
so.
I
I'm
forgot.
exhausted.
Nope, can't. Cool.
Am I still
Saving
exhausted?
the point, and that's...
No, you finished.
No, that's right.
During the long rest, you lose a point of exhaustion. So if you don't have any more points of exhaustion, you're not at disadvantage.
Okay. This is wisdom, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So wisdom,
4.
failure,
24.
succeed,
Let's remember that Sparks is notoriously good at wisdom.
naturally.
That's a 6. I rolled an 8.
You know the answer.
20.
You're fine.
19.
And you're fine.
Native 19.
So Sparks and Niquis.
Yeah.
Oh, and your two companions and your puppy, just for fun.
Okay, dog.
Blink dog makes a saving throw.
I think he does.
You get that girl. Oh, you get that girl.
16?
He succeeds.
I love doing that to my dogs when they're asleep. Oh, you get that squirrel.
Blink dog wakes up, licks his balls a little bit, and rolls back over.
Oh, Charles. Barb Devil is 8.
That's a fail.
Okay.
What kind of nightmares does a barb devil have?
And
Puppies.
Bone Devil.
He's just being buried in kittens. They're so goodly now!
And they're immortal. No amount of twisting the heads off.
They just twist them back around.
Bone Devil also has 16.
Heads kept growing back.
Succeeds. So the
That's
Bone
amazing.
Devil, Niquis, and Sparks.
Puppy, you get 2.
You wake up feeling
Barbed Devil.
Barb Devil.
Yep.
My apologies. Barb Devil, Niquis, and Sparks. You wake up. Actually, everyone, you wake up feeling surprisingly refreshed. This place is serene, perfect temperature, and it's as if you stepped in an area that is marketed for vacation. Somehow 30 feet away, acting
That
like
wasn't my
this.
arm.
Sparks, Niquis, and the Bone Devil.
Barbed Devil.
Bard Devil. Damn it, I always
Any
fuck
Bone
that
Devil?
up.
Oh, she's got one of those too.
You just can't be bothered today. Today is such a beautiful day. I mean, and you haven't had a day off in a long time.
Oh no.
Today's the day. Nothing else matters. Right now, it is your time.
Timber!
Today is your vacation day.
I starfish.
For the next 24 hours, you have disadvantage on all ability checks, saving throws, and attack rolls. And that's all I'm going to give you. And you cannot be bothered with normal things that are outside to what you desire at this specific point. As the tranquility of this land, this biome or area, has just been so intoxicating and you drank deep into it.
And I told him not to eat those mushrooms.
Okay, so this is 1 day. Is that until next long rest, or is it 24 hours?
That is all the information I'm going to give you.
You said 1 day, though.
I said for the next 24 hours.
Okay. And it was disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws.
And attack rolls.
And attack rolls.
Ouch.
I have a disadvantage permanently.
That's like reverse exhaustion.
This is your
It's
vacation.
called sloth. You were afflicted with sloth.
I don't think I'm going to be in help today.
Is it just me?
Are you much help most days?
I mean, yeah, generally.
Ben Quinn, is it just me, or are they running a bit?
Yeah,
She's-
you're
she's-
super hyper observant. You're totally the one who's noticing our behavior right now.
I'm
I
starving.
will say right off the bat that Quinn, being the highest passive perception that is not affected by this, you see the barbed devil currently
Rolling in the grass.
rolling in the grass, occasionally stopping with these high leafy grasses that he's created various patterns in as he's rolled from one area, jumped to another, rolled in another, and a couple of butterflies have kind of fluttered down and landed on the tip of his nose. And he's
But it still summons some infernal power. he's rolling in the wildflowers to create a summoning sound.
but it's
This infernal
weirder
birds in
than
the grass.
usual.
Lizard, I believe your devil thing is broken.
My fuck all is so low that I'm.
You're getting thumped from the top of the tree.
Nicholas?
My fuck all is so low that I'm not going to be bothered with walking. I gesture the bone devil over, have him kneel down, climb up on his shoulders, and then just kind of take a little like cat nap, leaning on his head.
As you see Nicholas...
18?
All right, easy enough. With the grimace that you don't really notice at this point because you don't care.
Not burning the resources.
With the grimace of a bone devil, forcing it to take a knee, as you clamber on top of it. It's not the most comfortable thing on the planet to be on the back of this thing, but you manage.
Let's not make joke. Let's not make joke.
You know, I feel wonderful. Shall we go for a walk? I think it was my spirit guide, Esley, said that if we head to the center highest mound of the back, that we might find what we're looking for.
Is that true?
I do not want to go anywhere.
I'm the
Really
one
nice
that
here.
I'm the one that had my vision and with my communion with my my spirit guide, my totem.
Cool. I'm staying here, man. This is nice.
We
What?
are on
What?
day 6 of 7.
Do you have a remote control for
Can
me?
you
You don't.
walk?
I'm just starfish currently on the ground. This is nice here, man. This is nice.
I mean, it is pleasant. It's a wonderful spot, but
Did you ever run into these days? All the time that you've been here? I'm sure you had.
I tried to have one, and you bastards showed up and just torpedoed that.
Chill, man. Chill. Relax. Okay.
Coffee already? It was cold by the time I got to drink it.
Sure, it's like 762 days of making coffee, and then he has his first cup, and we fuck it up.
Don't remind me.
Well, we're not going to get anywhere by staying here.
That's the point.
So
Vedek, are you? Your eyes are crystal.
Like he's looking at a demon rolling in grass and looking at butterflies. There's something not right with those.
No, I think we need to get out of this glen before we all start acting like it's a giant ball of catnip.
Are you gonna pick him up?
can I roll?
I'm all hugged out.
Can I roll nature to see if we are being affected by this lovely glen?
Sure, go on and roll a nature check.
17.
17? It's just very very peaceful here. You've been here for a month, so I mean, there's a couple of days. I mean, you made coffee.
Yeah.
That takes a long time. So, I mean, if there is, as far as you can tell, you can't really tell.
Okay.
But nature here is not exactly normal.
Yeah, nature here is not normal. You step across the stream from like the jungle into the redwood forest, and then you climb over that rocky berm into the desert, and then you.
Very literally, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you walk across one sand dune and end up in a river.
Yeah. And then you're looking at the beach, and there's a flipper.
Nicholas? What's going on with your pet?
Wow.
Excuse me?
We need to go.
You notice Nicholas is currently rolled up in a ball on the backside of her mount, which is the Bone Devil.
The one that's rolling in the...
No,
No.
that's
The Barb Devil is the one rolling around. The Bone Devil is currently just arms crossed, looking at the Barb Devil, making eye contact with Vedic after the conversation. Just kind of goes,
Swearing at it in infernal. Pull yourself together. You're embarrassing me. We are harbingers of doom and darkness, and you're playing in the flowers.
There's a couple of hisses.
Do you cast spells at all?
Certainly.
Can you cast anything, are you Vedic, that might help their condition? Because they're useless right now.
I mean, I could attempt to charm them.
The Barb Devil is currently taking a couple of flowers and the remains of butterfly wings, and is currently
Oh god, the remains of better legs.
Good for him.
and currently making something. You don't know what, but it's
Is he
currently
making daisy
fiddling.
chains?
Out of broken wings.
Or is he doing, she rusts me, she rusts me not?
Okay. Okay.
He's a good, like 30 feet off. So, I mean, unless you want to
I
invest.
was in a tree, but like,
Well, yeah.
I'm just like watching this, like, yeah.
Vedic reaches in and pulls out a little leather thing.
It's
And
like when I
little leather bag, and opens it up and fishes around in it, sticks his head in the thing and pulls it back out, and finally pulls out a handful of little crystals and little like the quartz things and little silver dice, and he goes, okay, hang on. Detect magic.
Diviner?
Yes.
Make a general perception check or investigation check.
Portent. It was broken.
Whatever is impacting me, am I opposed to the general activity of ruining the day, or do I just want to enjoy the day myself?
You just want to enjoy the day yourself.
Cool. Not gonna counterspell your magic thing.
I did
Another counterspell chain.
Unless you find enjoyment through his suffering, because you're messing with his spells.
I am not a devil, so
19 plus 9. 20.
For investigation?
Yep.
Okay. Not really a school of magic as far as you can tell, though especially of some charm thing. It's not a one thing that you see and it's like, oh, that thing is definitely magical, especially that rock. No. It's more like just weaves themselves as if the very air is infused with something, followed by the plants and the very life around that has some sort of vibrancy glowing through them. Though the school of magic is
Not something I can
Can
decide.
I
No.
attempt to counter charm it? It's actually abilities. It's
Oh, yeah.
counter charm.
you can certainly try.
As an action, I perform until the end of my next turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet near you gain advantage. Would it give them a new saving throw?
What are you asking?
Yes.
There's only one way to find out, right?
Let's just go for it. I'm going to attempt to counter charm.
Which, I mean, I guess, but I think it's making you roll straight up or advantage.
Interesting.
They just get to roll.
How would you like to perform?
Since
Since this is your first time doing counter charm in the show, or in general, actually.
I'm gonna bust out my drums and just start like a little
A little percussion.
percussion, get a little energy going.
You notice Spark's head starting to go back and forth.
Get everybody kind of caught up in the rhythm. Give them a chance to break out of it.
The Barb Devil is kind of just vibing with it now, going a
There's
little
that
up and
going.
down.
Doing a weird hip thrust thing.
I'm going to make another wisdom saving throw for those affected. Not at advantage, but I'm just allowing one more roll.
Oh yeah. Not 20.
Natural 20?
Oh.
Barbed devil.
Guys, fuck you.
Look, that actually says
Barb devil's at
fuck
15.
He succeeds.
Cool.
Takes me a minute to process it because it says fuck you, not fuck me.
I thought fuck you was the word.
12.
Well,
No, that's the.
That's
you know,
fucking-
it's not really your jam.
Roll it again.
Okay.
Did you roll your portent yet? For the day?
13.
As you are getting this percussion on, you notice a little bit more activity from Sparks, and you notice the Barbed Devil itself that was currently making a strange, almost like a flower tiara, but made from various animals that it was currently plucking and ripping apart as it was doing the
Grasshopper
bleed.
legs.
Suddenly it flares with intensity as he goes, and then suddenly all the fire goes through his arms up and burns it immediately, and he jumps up on his high leg. You see,
I guess we know if he wants his day off.
unless you speak Infernal. Nicholas looks unmoved.
I got this.
I can carry her.
I am already on something that will follow and
That's fine.
will carry me.
Sparks?
Just throwing it out there.
You're,
So much less.
I mean, you're
Fine.
able to have a day
I'm
off.
just pointing it out. That was me pointing it out. Nicholas went, "Ugh."
You know something was affecting you, but I don't know. Your serenity has been, your vibe check has just been,
We just checked your vibe.
Yeah.
Throw up a groove, man.
We just
Yeah.
seriously burst your mellow.
Let's get out of this field.
I know something that's affecting me. I don't want to be
And,
here
and
now.
I have a feeling every day we're here, we might have to deal with this. Yes, so let's, should we
Alright,
announce ourselves coming?
Bone devil.
I take my shield.
Do you prefer the Bangalore?
Give me the drums.
he's up in the tree right now.
Give me the drums.
I'm 30 feet up the
Give
tree.
me the drums. Give me the drums. Drums?
Use your shell.
Ah, fuck.
Shell.
Shell?
I
I am not a musical instrument.
not with that attitude.
Have you tried?
Or not.
What do you got in your mind?
Nothing. We can just use the
Look, we can go. Let's go. Let's get out of this field.
All right.
I don't like this field.
demon.
Do we need to be in the world tour anymore?
Yes.
No, sorry. No, I meant him, not you. Demon, this way. This way. I don't know how to talk to this thing.
If we all start going, let's see what follows.
You talking to the Barb Devil or Bone Devil?
The one that she's on, the bone.
The Bone Devil. The Bone Devil that is like 5 times your height. That looking down at you as you say demon, you feel something enter your mind that's currently at.
I'm about to call you kneecapless. Let's move.
Mistress. Is he still a companion?
Yes, dipshit. Telepathically.
Almost like a secondary phone call. You don't quite understand what's being said, but you hear like other channels.
Fastest trip to the abyss ever.
That was like mom and dad are arguing in the kitchen and your mother pokes her head in and is like, aren't I right? No, shut up. What? I don't go away. It's functionally where it was.
Dad chiming in. Kids, listen to your mother.
I'm sorry. Outsider hellish fiend spawn! Get your ass up and go.
Let's start walking. That's the high ground. Let's go.
As he stands up, Lincoln is lifting him up even higher than than he's supposed to with his naturally or unnaturally long-legged legs as he walks like an alien just out. Who's leading the way?
I am.
I'm behind.
Which direction are you heading?
I'm going to the center. The direction that Esley said that I should go, and I've interpreted that
And
as being
with your impeccable memory, which way did Esley tell you to go?
well.
Yeah.
Esley just gestured but I implied that it was toward the center and the high ground of the...
Ezuli did move off in a random direction, saying, follow me.
And you went... Well, he said that way.
Yes.
Yeah, she's that way.
Which is currently not towards the direction of the peak.
Would you like to know?
Which is not toward the direction of the peak.
Would you like to
Peak.
know more?
Okay, peak. All right. Then
Oh,
it is
what do you
not. It is in that general direction that the high ground is over near.
Well, I'm sold.
So
Quinn like descends out of the tree and goes, "Okay, what way are we going?" And he's explaining that.
and meanwhile, I'm disappearing into the brush. Let's go.
Follow that shell.
Okay.
We
Trudge,
pause
just
to
literally
consider
plowing.
the wisdom of following the turtle.
Don't have a better guide at this point.
I
He's the only one who knows where we're going.
He may know where we're going. Not sure he knows how to get there. He follows
We're starting to march through the various woodlands of this.
I'm still alone.
You're not alone. Spark is with you, and the Bone Devil is with you with
Literally.
Niquist.
Yeah.
And as the Bone Devil passes by,
reluctantly following along, like just
Okay.
God.
You know what?
And to be fair, the Bone Devil isn't following you. The Bone Devil has standing orders to listen to him.
begrudgingly.
I don't know that.
You
There's
don't
no
know
way he
that.
knows that.
You do not.
You do not do that, and
There
he
is
does
a
not tell you
massive
that.
psychic gulf between listen and obey.
There's
Like
set
he has
rules.
to heed instructions of, I
Okay.
believe was the way I phrased it. Like it was very much, I'm a contract creature communicating with a contract creature to make him a viable
Interested
leader.
party.
There
I'm
is a
listening,
text.
mistress. He's screaming in pain.
Your back just got punched twice.
Hey, yo, Quinn.
And with the spirit of everything, as the Bone Devil passes the Barb Devil, there is a small backhand across the across the Barb Devil with a small as it goes by the
Yo,
Barb
Quinn.
Devil.
Yes. As I'm trailing along behind.
Don't you think it's interesting that apparently you you were in my dream and now I'm in yours?
Oh, I'm fairly certain this is straight into nightmare territory, but yes, that is quite interesting.
This is
Very
a dream?
interesting. Well, I thought it rather interesting that I actually had a dream of him, of you, Quinn.
Pantsed, hopefully.
I don't recall actually. It was.
Like, con pantalones.
It has to be this place. It has to be this place. So
There's,
this is why I'm willing to trust you, because I normally don't trust hardly anyone, but if it's coming from my brain, if it's coming from up here, I can trust it.
Make a
sure
wisdom
about that?
saving throw.
Okay.
Are you sure about that?
Quinn, you too.
Is it just Ek talking causes a wisdom saving throw?
Correct.
11.
11?
3.
3. Ak, you don't notice anything. Quinn, there's a small, almost like a pinch in the back of the head, but that's mostly due to the
The turtle's making sense, and that's making my head hurt.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But you can't really put anything else apart from that.
Okay. I'm still doing. I have to roleplay the fact that I have a 22 passive perception. So it's like,
You don't know, something fell off.
yeah,
Not externally, apart from these group,
yeah.
but internally, you don't know. You don't know.
Someone was talking about a dream?
Are you coming down from your caffeine?
I'm already down out
No,
of
I know.
from the caffeine.
Yeah, coming down
I'm
from your caffeine.
recaffeinating. I'm using
Yes,
my
because I noticed you're acting funny.
my
so.
tankard of everlasting coffee, which
Everlasting gas station coffee.
yes, but it's okay. I'm just going to rig up an IV pole. Just be mainlining it constantly.
In 3 hours, you're going to have the haste ability available at all times.
I just remember that in 1985, drug smugglers threw 22 kilos of cocaine out of a small plane while flying over the Canadian wilderness, and a grizzly bear found and ate it. So for the 8 minutes before its heart exploded, it was the most dangerous apex predator on the planet.
Wow. So Vedic is just like completely like not even paying attention. I think, but he's got this little astrolabe that he's moving stuff around, and like there's a lens, you know.
Just walking in.
Nicholas, where are you when I need you? She picks him up and puts him.
Supposedly the Bone Devil does not
The
do
Bone Devil is going to like whack you with his tail so that you're hitting his tail instead of whatever you were going to hit. But it's like a very like you're going for it and it's.
But it's not any gentler than actually running into the stuff.
Yeah.
it. With a strange, malice-filled smirk, as he occasionally does that, without warning you, mind you, as this overly long, barbed tail, thwack! And knocks you out of the path, good solid 5 feet away from a tree that you were about to walk into.
And that happens in like Nicholas's thumb comes up like I did it. Also, as you're pouring coffee, she kind of like gestures with a cup.
Little mage hand comes out with a cup.
Yeah.
Should get some of the gas station coffee.
Prestidigitate into good coffee.
Oh.
There you go. Well, use of that skill.
Yes.
I had not thought of that. I can't do that.
That's brilliant.
Like I witnessed her doing it, and I'm just like.
I've been drinking this crap the whole time.
What is all that moaning going on back there?
I'm having a moment!
Wow.
And after a few thousand feet, you walk right into a tundra. Snowy, white, not blizzard, but extremely cold as you pass by from a warm climate to a cold climate.
Stepped out onto the glacier.
Tree line, glacier. We go back into the trees.
That's different. Is the temperature cold?
Yes.
Good thing I'm wearing that armor or that clothing of elemental. That
Yes,
Thank
whatever
you.
that you just said.
Do you care about weather?
oh yeah, well, I don't like being cold any more than you do.
Makes him think faster. Yeah, he's just not used to it.
It's I guess I could be overclocked. That makes sense.
Suns are just too much today. And
I can't tell if we drank too much or not enough.
What's the
a
difference?
few thousand feet off, sorry, not thousand, but a few hundred feet off of where you just entered this cold climate, and you look back, there's no snow on any of the plants, that except for the plants that slightly spill over into this.
The leaves that are hanging up, so it's like literally a kind of line in the air.
Pretty much. Not a straight line, but slightly
But
natural.
vertical, if you will.
Yes. And a few hundred feet off, you notice that there is a exposed mound that has jagged edges to it and a shell,
into the snow.
followed by a disgruntled-looking snapping turtle that is currently just shaking a little bit in the snow.
Need a cloak? Wait a minute. Do you see him? Do you see him?
See what? It's cold. God,
We see
it's cold and
Yeah,
it's
we see-
bright.
The turtle? Yes, we see the turtle.
Which turtle?
The turtle. No, there's turtle and turtle. Turtle.
The mouth opens up as you guys were approaching. It's about time. I've been waiting here all fucking day.
Ooh,
I'm going to
well,
prestidigitate the ground under his back feet to be warm.
Its head kind of sinks in.
Best way to get a turtle to piss itself.
It's followed by a lot of that snow that melted away, turning a deep saturated yellow.
that's gonna freeze over soon.
You head that direction. As he kind of turns his beak towards the direction that he's.
This is interesting, Esley. I didn't realize that you could be seen by everyone else. I thought you were just in my visions.
You summoned me. Don't poke me.
Not that
Didn't know if you were a dream or not. Can you go poke him?
I'm not
Its
gonna
jaw
go
opens
poke
up.
him. but I'll ricochet a blunted arrow off his shell to make sure he's
No.
there.
If never mind. Damn, he didn't fall for it. All right. All right. Here, would this be helpful? And I take off my cloak and go to.
Are you taking
knock
off like
this
all
off.
of the special, or are you just a cloak?
My special cloak.
Your special cloak? Which special cloak do you have?
The cloak that protects against weather variants.
I mean, it wasn't a cloak; it was clothing.
Well, it's clothing.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was I guess it is kind of clothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not actually a cloak. Well, damn. I could give you this here.
Just keep moving. I'll see you at the next turning point.
All right. Can you? Which are we going to that tree line? Are we going to that hill over there? Are we going to? Are we
This
following?
place.
Am I following you?
You follow me.
All right. Go. It's cold here.
He
Go.
points
go.
to the direction.
Move.
I feel like we did not need to actually go through the snow. But that's my opinion.
As you guys are marching through, as you do a little bit of wider perch, following the natural movement of this less than flat surface of a glacier field, with bits of snow that have piled up, you find the snapping turtle again, though it did not move, just appearing from a distance past some shrubbery that has naturally frozen over, pointing in the next direction.
So when you say it didn't move, you're not saying we circled back around to it. You're saying it's just like
It's in a new
magically
spot.
Just,
Yeah.
just in out of the mist or whatever. Suddenly he's just standing there.
Out of the
Or
way.
render distance, you know.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, yeah.
So it is good that we're cold. That means that we can render further.
Is it? Is the weather? Is there actual air weather, or is it just?
A little bit. There's small bits of snow that are coming down, but not a lot. And the glacier field that has natural grooves and rivets and ravines going in between. It's not just a flat field.
So there's melt ice and.
There's a little bit of melt ice. There's, as you see, there's royal blue glacier water forming small little crevices of water that are going underneath into rolling rivers of underneath glacier. There's
Unless you're really impervious to cold and can breathe water,
Or don't breathe.
don't get too close to those holes. Because I'm not going in after you.
Fair enough.
That's a one-way trip. If,
Willing that I might be,
and I point to the devils. They would love it.
willing that I might be to go in after you, it would be of no avail, for you weigh far more than I do.
Well, I can breathe underwater.
Can you?
Yes.
I think you can just hold your breath for a very long time.
Ah.
No, turtles breathe through their butts.
No wonder his breath stinks.
Initially, yes, but I was awarded a totem, a totem ability where I am now able to also breathe water. It's something that I've been studying for years, and Esley here is the reason for it.
Yet you repress him.
Sorry, did you just say study?
No, yes, we're complicated. We're complicated.
You're about complicated as a blank sheet of paper.
Which actually is fairly complicated. Actually. What do you think about it?
Yes, indeed. Because when you look at it, you imagine what could really be there.
No, I don't.
See how complicated it is?
Y'all are making my head hurt. I'm not dumb enough for this conversation.
I don't get it.
Indeed. Well,
Alright, so that's the next direction. There's a hand pointing that way. I will now take point.
Wait. I need a minute.
what?
Water breathing on everybody,
Oh, just
Including
in
the
case.
puppy?
The ritual.
including the puppy. Yeah,
Just
Okay.
I don't need it.
Is it a ritual?
it's a ritual. I can just
That's
do
what
it.
Well,
It's
it's
like
10,
an
10 oh, it
Yeah.
takes a minute or 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
We were probably bumbling around for
So,
about 10 minutes.
10 minutes later,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
while you guys are talking, he's just, hang on, I got this. Everybody
And that's
can
for
have
the day, isn't
anybody
it?
can have water breathing. It's a 24-hour duration.
Yeah.
yeah. Quinn, it's fucking cold here.
It is.
Yeah.
So this is
You notice
actually-
that everyone else is handling this just fine, but you're fucking cold.
I cast heat metal on the studs in my studded leather
Oh.
armor. Not enough to actually hurt me, but enough to keep me nice and warm.
I like that. That is a clever use
I
of
will
heat
use
metal.
the spell slot to endure the
Well,
cold.
if you were here much longer, you would have had to make Constitution saving throws. But due to that, you don't
Yeah.
have to. It's not the most comfortable, but
No.
it will manage.
It's
I like
Changed in
that.
some funny places.
No one give him a hug unless you
Why are
want a
there
weird tattoo.
Wait, would grappling now deal fire damage? No.
Only if you heat it to that level,
No.
but you're going to be taking damage
No, I don't
too.
want that. I just wanted to keep me warm.
All right. There. Now,
And-
if you go under, well, you'll last the day. Probably.
Yeah, so
You know,
now,
priest.
now if you go into one of those terrible tunnels of death, you won't die very quickly. You will actually
Maybe I
die
didn't
over
think
a
this one
long
through.
period of time.
You'll take a lot. It'll take a very long time to die, and it will hurt the whole time.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So I'm glad you've got our our health in mind.
Supposed to be getting out of here.
So we're all doing this while we're walking.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving out to point because I want to be out of this biome as quickly as possible. So
And it doesn't take much longer. And within the next 20 minutes of travel time, you would have been forced to make a Constitution saving throw. Seeing the turtle 2-3 more times. Sorry, now when I say snapping turtle, it is a 8-foot diameter
it's a
creature.
alligator snapping turtle.
Yeah, it's an alligator snapping turtle with steroids.
Yeah.
That always has this mound of a specific region on its back.
Makes it very easy to find the green.
It's really odd, you know.
No, it's snow right now.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
always the local.
okay.
Sparks, it's really odd. You've made me think because
Maybe a road
I've always
cut
thought
in there.
I've always thought that that Esli was just something a figment of my imagination, but apparently now that you can see him and he's real, and I've never been able to touch him because he always goes throws his mouth at me. So I always thought he wasn't real, but you can see him. So, but then he just appears in places, so it's really confusing. So I don't know if he's real or not, but he's a good illusion, if anything, because you can see him.
That's true.
All right, that's a good question. I don't know.
So 20 minutes marching along. We see
You
it's not bad.
next hit a lush forest. We're talking about deep jungle forest.
Okay.
My kind of neighborhood.
Not quite. You're more in the marsh areas. This is the deep jungle.
Jungle.
Like you start
okay,
to
jungle
see.
versus forest.
Yeah, jungle, not forest. Deep, deep jungle. As the very tall trees that go impossibly high, blocking out the sun. As you see vibrant colored birds and other entities. As you see a elongated, almost what looks to be an overgrown dog, about 6 foot in length, that have these strange growing tucks growing out of it at 3 rows on each side of its face. That doesn't really pay you much to mind, but it's another strange creature of this domain. As you see the snapping turtle again 2, 3, 5 times as it marches you through as you hit the next biome, not
Again,
shortly after.
we pass him. He points into a direction, we pass him.
And then he
and
appears
then
again.
we see him appear again.
Correct.
What we don't see is the turtle getting up on its hind legs and running.
running around like this as we're running in.
Followed by putting whatever leaves and shrubbery that's around it, putting it on its back.
He's got to cover up the moped.
Halfway through, gets a cup of water. Anyway.
Don't breathe heavy. Don't breathe heavy. Shh, you've been standing here forever.
No,
do
it's
something.
sweet butt.
God damn it. And with one strange biome to another strange biome, as you hit more swamplands next, followed by a desert, followed by a cave's entrance, as you've been traveling about 3-5 hours. And it seems nonsensical and very out of order of where anyone would travel, especially with your ranger expertise of being a green warden and knowing how to travel. It's disorientating.
I think your turtle's just trying to spell something with our path.
As you're now looking at a cave entrance.
Is it?
New.
Oh. The camera zooms way out in the distance, and you see like this writing that says, "I am an idiot." As it was from a
I'm
trail.
with stupid. And then an arrow pointing to where we're standing.
You haven't been traveling that far.
Right. Sorry. Let's get back on track.
Yeah, kids.
Oh no, they're having fun again.
You're now looking at a cave, as it showing the entrance of this rough cave that is part of a more deserty region.
Oh, thank God!
As the Fennec just jumps.
Fennec goes running to dive into the cave. I catch him by the tail, like, nope. No.
Hanging
So
out the
you're,
ground.
you're now holding a golden kobold by the tail. It's just bare ass and just a great big sheet.
That's the road.
Roll it upside down. And then I just gotta put you down. Wait.
Do you wear any undergarments? No, jeez.
But he's a lizard, so it like retracts back in.
Sure, I'm not gonna get into that, alright?
Everyone's thinking about it.
Well, I'm trying to come up with a pun for animal genitalia.
No.
And you're thinking about it.
Alright, so we have a cave entrance that it looks like we're going into now.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of shorten up the line of the party.
Is this like looking like a desert beyond?
It looks like not a full-blown yellow sand desert. We're talking about more like a
Dry desert.
Dry
a dry land area.
a dry land area,
Right.
crusty leaves followed by more palm trees that are going high into the sky, and slightly cracked ground of water somewhat coming in but drying up really quickly shortly after.
Right. Southern California, I got it.
A little bit, yeah. Very much like so.
The high desert, Southern California. There
Yeah.
you go. All right.
Right out next to the hole where God gives the world an enema.
Oh, you've been there too.
So this cave, this rocky part, as you guys had been slowly going up higher and higher, now seeing a little bit more past the any places that you've other been, you're able to see that you're actually several 100 feet up now, spending a half a day to go up the side of the mountain that is slowly overtaking the shell of the actual world turtle. But you're nowhere near the top. But you're
So we've been going around.
a little bit.
We like this circle. We like just straight up.
There are many paths up the mountain. This is just the dumbest one.
This is the only way you can get the moped up.
Ah! Ah! It's not canon! No, how does he say it?
Oh no! See, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this beautiful design of concept, and then we ruin it with the moped.
I think that's D&D in general, alright? It's like, doesn't matter.
Man,
None of
if
the
Frank
rules.
were here, you'd have a little artificer making a little moped for the turtle.
I would have made a little moped for me first. Like this guy's.
Mopeds are...
Little trike.
With a thing that the broom snaps into so it can fly.
Little tricycle. Okay, sorry. We have to get back on track. This is shit.
You were never on track.
We are so off the
on
rails.
track.
Back to.
We are so off the rails. Okay. There's rails.
You hear a familiar voice, mostly to you, but that slowly echoes out of the mouth of this oversized snapping turtle. Through the cave, if you will. Enjoy the tasty walls.
I don't plan on tasting the walls. Is that a turtle thing? Do you taste the walls
taste
when you visit
walls?
places?
Should we
There's
taste
some
walls?
really tasty mosses around. Have
Do they taste
you
like
never sucked on
snozzberries?
mosses? You've never sucked on mosses?
I mean, I was young and I needed the money. But...
Never on film.
It's got a pretty face.
10 gold pieces is 10 gold pieces.
You got gold pieces for that? Wow.
Well, he's
Perform
got
is a
that whole
skill.
Aragorn vibe, but there are people.
So will I see you again?
Yes.
Well, let me rephrase that. Will I
Shit,
see you again? Will you be showing us a way through the other side, or is this where you leave us for now?
It kind of turns its head still open. I will see you when I need to.
Well, when I need to, I will see you.
No.
See, it's complicated.
It's not
It's
complicated.
complicated. He shows up in the bathroom.
It's not complicated. Your turtle's a dick.
You don't use the bathroom.
Everywhere is my bathroom.
It's just gonna explode when it's 40.
Oh no, you should have seen some of the pools that I have destroyed.
Dark cave.
Now we can go. Yeah, like everyone's like, yep. Don't note to self: do not taste the walls.
Can we see some? Is it dark down there?
It is
All right, all
dark.
those with dark vision.
As one, I've got dark vision.
Yeah, everyone here's got dark vision, including you, dude.
Oh,
I have
yes.
blind sight. I don't have dark vision.
Oh, that is correct.
You've got the...
You have you have the blindfold of blind sight, given to you by a equally disgruntled ancient
Blindfold sight.
bronze dragon.
I should never go back to the Fort City. I can hate this.
Every monk wanted one. Does it only give you like 10 feet of
30.
sight? That's not bad.
From a dragon.
It's on loan. As you guys enter, indeed, there is quite a bit of moss inside, and it's very damp as you hear the various droplets of stalactites and mites dripping from the ceiling.
Stalactites.
Tights dripping, and the mites taking the droplets.
Tights tied to the ceiling might hurt
Correct.
somebody.
Or might make
She's
it
got-
stop.
But they do come in hand in
Tights
hand when
go-
they're
mites go down.
droplets actively
No, mites
forming
go up,
over
the
a
tights go down.
very long time. As there is a little bit of slickness to the side of the walls, though there is not much light down here. At least that was your initial say. As you start to see it through a little slower progression, as it is uneven terrain. As you traverse a little bit, you having to jump from segment to segment due to your natural shortness, but make it easier to go through smaller holes, as this is a mainly a solid path that has very slick, almost like if someone has taken stone and clay and has slicked it to the side with this dark stone tire that has bits of holes here and there. And you see a bit of light at the head, and you're the first one to see this, Vedek. Assuming that you're the one that kind of charged forward, or...
Oh, sure, why not? Let's let the wizard in the front of the party.
The wizard and the bard out
You know,
front.
I'm not the wizard who went charging ahead.
I'm third.
There's a bone devil like right up your ass. You're fine.
No, he's up your ass.
Oh, I thought you were saying he's
So I'm
fucked.
riding his ass. It's up his ass.
This is now a
You start to see mushrooms. Giant, gargantuan mushrooms. We're talking about 9 feet, 12, 15 feet tall mushrooms, and everything in between that are creating brilliant hues of purples, blues, and black lights.
Luminescent mushrooms.
Followed by small crystals ejecting from the floors and walls that are not part of this cave, but a hole that opens up into a bigger cavern itself. As you see poisonous gases that you only assume of various different colors fuming different parts, followed by giant insects going from place to place inside this cavern, and other slithering snake-like but devoid of color entities.
This is all down in this other...
Cavern place,
Cavern.
and you in your cave, it breaks apart, and you're seen into a cavern that opens up, but your cave continues on. And in fact, there is no like platform for you to jump down.
How big are these creatures in there?
From the distance that you're looking at,
They're not big, no?
anywhere from small insects size to roiling insects that have thousands of legs that are good, like 10 feet long.
Huge.
10 foot long
An
millimeters.
incredible amount of life crammed in there, though.
As if you're looking at a small biome of the Underdark itself.
It's an Underdark biome.
But your cave continues on unless you wish to jump down it through the hole.
tour. No, I'm not.
I'm not going to the underground. Fuck that.
Throwing a grenade in.
This cavern is expansive and it goes beyond sight, as it's not just like
Yeah,
one
no,
giant
it's
cavern.
like our cave, like part of it is broken into this larger underground cavern. And we're just, it's like, oh, yeah, look, there's more life down here that we don't want to mess
Look,
with.
DLC. Do you want to join in? No.
Side quest. Nope.
Side skip.
I envision we are at SeaWorld looking at,
Hello,
at a
adventure.
wall of ocean creatures through a piece of glass.
Yeah.
Essentially what we're looking at.
Don't feed the poisonous worms.
No.
Good feeling we're
As you guys continue on.
Yeah.
Feels very evolution to me.
Oh, yes.
Nicholas, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Can I just not?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like work.
You're on your day off. Honestly, there's stuff going on, but right now you just can't be bothered. to do
Somebody else will
anything.
handle it.
Yep.
Yeah, someone else will handle it. Eck.
So, Vedic.
You hear a voice enter your mind. First time in a while of this unsettling presence that you remember the voice of a certain bone devil. Still marching through the cavern, Bone Devil. Are you in front of the Bone Devil or behind the Bone Devil? Because Vedic was leading front, and it's kind of using its tail to bat him in places that he's not supposed to go.
I would not be at the very back. I would probably be. I'm gonna probably right behind the Bone Devil.
All right, right behind.
So,
Let's make a marching order.
Go and make a marching order. Yeah.
Because I just don't feel comfortable with the Bone Devil going behind me.
It's not very loud, but it is unnerving every time.
Yes, I'm just not. Yeah, it's not.
There you go. There's your march. All the tanks in the back. All the squishes in the front. I like it.
So we'll turn it this way, right? Because that's where I'm marching now. Okay.
As the voice begins to pick up and you start to hear the translation of the unnerving images that are turned into words from infernal to your natural speak. Being of one that cares so deeply for the others currently running from the rampaging thing that you let loose to this world. I've seen that you've cared about what you've done.
Yeah, I want to fix it. I want to fix it because I hurt people I didn't intend to hurt. I want to fix it.
Perhaps I can offer my services. I have connections. Perhaps these connections can offer relief to suffering.
Wait a second.
Huh?
I'm saying this stuff out loud, so it's only listening to one person's phone conversation.
Wait, what? What's going on?
No, I wasn't talking to you.
What?
Are you?
I don't see anything.
I can't, in good conscience, accept any offer you have.
Who are you talking to?
You, don't take this wrong, are self-serving and don't care for this world. You'd rather take it over.
Naturally, I care for my domain, though I do offer benefits for mutual exchange for service.
All right, I'm listening.
Do you wish to have them removed or protected? I can offer innocence to be removed from the coming rampage of this oversized feeding child.
You're here. How can you do this from tens of thousands of leagues away?
I have connections.
On this world?
No. Of the army that is approaching them.
Oh. Ah, there are. Ooh.
It is only natural to deal with the coming strife with more business.
But how do I know that any actions that I ask you to do are going to actually provide that you're just not taking advantage of me? That because I can't be there to witness it, so you can turn around and say, "It's done. We saved 1,000 innocents."
I am a devil. Contracts and words we bind to the T.
Well, that I didn't know. Now, if you were a devil and that's not really what you do, then you would say that to make me think that.
Are you talking to a devil?
Truly a devil.
Well, yes.
Why?
I didn't start the conversation.
Why are you continuing it? You think this is the time?
We're continuing walking, by the way, right?
Yes,
This is what
yes.
you know us, right?
I'm blindfolded.
Well,
Is that really the time?
there's a lot of people in this world that are going to die, and we're trying to save them. Or at least I am. I don't
Yes.
know about you
I
guys.
don't see how talking to a devil is going to solve that.
Well, he says he has connections.
Yes. So do a lot of people. I don't think I want to deal with a devil anymore, though.
So is this like connections in the army that is actually following with the Trask, or is it going to?
Correct.
So ones that would
I
actually.
can help them move certain groups away from the rampage, the coming feeding frenzy,
Instead of them.
becoming sacrifice.
All right, then here comes the next question. If, and this is not I am, this is if,
Payment.
what kind of payment would you be talking about?
You're not serious, right?
No, I'm just getting all the facts.
All right, real quick. Have you repeated what the devil's
No,
offer
it's been
is?
it's been one
It's
sided.
one-sided conversation.
One-sided conversation.
Yes, but you haven't repeated any of it out loud.
So we're only
When
hearing your half.
You're only hearing what I'm saying. Listen to the words coming out of my mouth.
Okay,
Do you see the words coming out?
never mind.
So you're not hearing.
I understand that I'm not hearing him. I'm saying, are you repeating anything
Yes.
it's saying?
No. Well, anything I've said is what I've said. So if I haven't
Anything that
repeated
he says.
anything, I haven't repeated it. So if I were to accept an offer of assistance, what would be payment for it?
Slightly echoing into the cave. Payment.
So I go over a piece of moss.
Not the freshest stuff. Depending on the type of service we provide, on the type of magnitude, what will be the setting? Single village or several cities?
You know, I would like to call in my council.
So be it. But they will only add to indecisive action. And this action will cause more deaths.
True. So you told me that a payment would be due, but you didn't tell me what it would be, except it would be based on the amount of
You
what
haven't told me what you want.
Well,
I'm merely having a conversation.
I want to save lives.
And I can help you, Lance.
Yes.
I can help you.
I don't see how you can. Let's just assume you can prove the fact that you actually do the work that you're supposed to do. Because you say you're a devil that is bound by contracts, but someone who is actually not bound by contracts would say that. So I'm going to.
Do not affiliate me with the lower demons.
Oh, so demons. Oh, you're a devil. Demons.
There's
demons.
a long,
demons will break contracts.
drawn out
I don't know the difference between demon and devils. You're the first one I've seen, so
That's only natural for those of you.
First one you've talked to.
First one I've talked to.
Not true, but
Well,
fine.
the first one.
Demons work through chaos, through trickery, through mutilation. We work through contracts, business, and building trust.
That makes sense. I guess Nicholas is with contracting. Here's why you were here. And I'm really concerned when that contract comes due to payment. But let's say that you.
Time has not arrived, and thus I have been a loyal servant.
That's true. You have. Normally, I would completely go. I'm going to kill you, but you've protected us.
Till
And then I would like to know how we can save. Well, we can't save too many, but I don't. If we could have the army itself turn on themselves, that would be even better.
that would be quite a payment.
What kind? Let's do those two parts, which would be. All right, you save. Well, we'll just use a round number: 1,000 innocents.
1,000 innocents.
What would payment for that be? Irrelevant of how it's done.
Perhaps the use of your voice
This is a running theme with
for
our party,
one
apparently.
day.
The
Make me
use
feel-
of my voice for one day.
Simply your
Overhearing.
voice.
Okay, so overhearing just his side of it, I'm sitting here trying to piece together the other side of his conversation. And he's talking about contracts and payment, and he gets to the use of his voice. My brain immediately goes, "Oh no, some fey creature is messing with him." I don't, because I don't know what's going on his side.
No, yeah, you don't
Because
know.
But I do know about-
the devil's speaking to my mind.
Yeah, but I do know that fey creatures do these little bargains, and they trick people into giving up things like, "Can I have your name?" Well, sure. And then you don't have a name anymore.
Yeah.
So when he says the use of my voice today, Quinn is like, "Eck, who are you talking to?"
I'm talking to that thing. And I point to the barb devil
Bone devil.
the bone devil. Bone devil that's carrying Nicholas.
Are you sure?
Well, at least. All right. If
Fantastic.
I'm talking to you right now, can you acknowledge that I'm the one talking to? That you're the one I'm talking to?
Our business is between us.
Okay.
Well, I might be talking to it because it says that it's between us.
Eck,
What?
that is a devil.
I know.
They are
He's clarified
they
that
are
for me.
harbingers of evil and darkness.
He's totally
and
clarified
will-
that for me.
And will bring no good unto this world if you strike a bargain with them.
Wait.
glad I'm not the only one who thinks
Nicholas has struck a bargain with them, and actually, they have helped us
Yes,
really well.
and had I been party to that event, things might have gone differently with a bit of persuasion. But it is a terrible idea to make bargains with devils. I wouldn't think I'd have to explain this to you.
Think of the lives we could save.
Think of the lives that we will
Think
lose.
of the lives it will take.
We haven't even got to payment yet. So.
You said the use of your voice for a day. Think of all the horrible things that can be conjured simply by uttering their names aloud. And you're going to give it 24 hours.
Does everyone remember when Eck went on this tirade about how he's actually way smarter than he's been pretending to be? And he's actually super capable and everything? Sorry, continue.
Eck, I implore you, as what I would consider recently acquired friend, do not strike a bargain with the devil.
I'm with him on this one. That's very rare for me to agree with strangers.
All right.
It is merely your voice. What can an innocent single voice?
As I see X looking back, and it's like, I look at it's the barbed devil or the
The
bone
bone
devil?
devil, the big
Make
one.
a insight check.
He pointed at the bone devil.
He did.
But the Bone Devil hasn't responded back.
But he's not been
physically,
very-
visually.
No, he hasn't.
I rolled a 19, so 17 or 27.
27. Looking at between the Barb Devil and the Bone Devil, that has marched a little farther down the cave as you guys have stopped and started talking with each other. With Nick was on the Bone Devil's back. Both of them are the Barb Devil is keeping both eyes trailed aggressively with this almost like a barbed monkey just hunched over. As the Bone Devil is just keeping one eye towards the group.
Okay.
Most
Wait,
likely
wait.
the Bone Devil.
Like, if he stopped with the group, did you stop with the group?
No.
I imagine I'm several feet away. I'm not actually.
Okay.
The tail would have stopped him because you've been telling him to do that.
Well, that I'm just saying that means that the devils also stopped.
Correct.
Okay. So at this point, this is going on back and forth, and it involves Ek talking out loud, which is giving me a headache, and I'm having a lovely
And then
day.
also him
So-
screaming and yelling and echoing down the caverns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't give me anywhere near as bad of a headache as Ek talking.
True, true.
So she's gonna tap on the Bone Devil and telepathically into his mind. If you are attempting to coerce an idiotic member of my party into agreement with you, then I could consider that breach of contract for the second pact.
It was mere conversation, and I would not be making the contract deal.
You are not acting on behalf of my protection by doing that. I will consider it breach of contract if you speak to him again.
And then she's gonna sue.
Make an intimidation check. At disadvantage, because you are currently
Yep.
affected.
Where's the idiot paladin shouting, I'll guide you?
Okay, and then I get to re-roll one, but how does that work?
With a sorcery point,
Yeah.
you just re-roll a new die, and that's what you take.
Okay.
One die. You don't
Yeah.
get you.
It basically overwrites everything.
So,
Right.
whichever
Cool.
one of the two that you rolled that's lower, say I'm re-rolling that die.
Right.
And then that die becomes the one you re-roll.
Because sorcery points, because fuck you and your checks.
So, that is an 18 plus, you said intimidation?
So
Yes.
your
That
lowest.
would be a 28.
So,
So-
your lowest was an 18 out of the two dice.
No, once I did the re-roll, it was.
Yes.
So she
Because
re-rolls
sorcery
the
points. So,
lower one.
Even this with this.
No,
it
because he
becomes
said you
that.
take. All right, hold on. You said you re-roll the lower one,
Mhm.
and then you take that.
Yes,
Yes.
because you have
Yeah.
to take the dice once you decide to re-roll, no matter whether it's better
Oh,
or
so
not.
you don't still take the lowest one of the two.
No, so like if you rolled a 16 and a 1,
Anyway, we'll go into this in a moment.
Okay.
Point is, you rolled a 28 in your, not investigation, in your intimidation. As you finish that, and you cock your head ever so slightly, not even directly looking at it, but having this mental conversing, the Bone Devil has gone quiet and the eyes have shifted towards its back, this Bone Devil, as it seems to be conversing with its master at the moment. And there's a long moment as it's just almost like trying to test the wording that you've been using, but then there's a as you command.
as its focus has been shifting, like Quinn, who always, as I've discussed, has bow with 2 arrows, not drawn, is like just putting a little bit of tension on the line while looking at this bone
I'm so
devil.
Vedic.
The voice.
Who like, you know, everyone's doing their thing. Vedic just sort of walks up next to you. He's got his little astrolabe in his hand, and he puts his hand.
If you say so.
And the voice does not return to Skull's head. X head.
Skull's head. Yes.
At which point, Nicholas goes,
Now thousands of people are gonna die.
They were gonna do that anyway.
Thousands were gonna die anyways.
Yes.
They do it every day.
and you all hear a little prestidigitated shh.
Go
Alright.
Surprisingly, the cave becomes a little bit more crunchy. As you see natural, brilliant blue, slightly glowing, and purple striations of crystals that have started to grow around the crystal walls, breaking underneath the natural heavy and hard boots of Spark and Ek.
Are they worth anything? I don't know.
Make a nature check.
If they're worth something, I'm scraping them off into my bag of holding.
Nature of 23.
It's rock candy.
It's
like-
rock.
It's rock candy, yeah. There is a growing field in this small cave that you're traveling through of just sugar crystals.
Sugar yeah.
Oh, the tasty walls. That makes sense now.
Also make a perception check.
Don't
Only
need
you,
the
though.
rock candy. Natural 19 plus, you said perception?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 41.
41? Yeah, you start looking at it and you're like, oh. And you notice the crystals kind of grow a little bigger every time Eck and Sparks march past. They haven't realized it yet, but you notice that the crystals actually, with the preemptive strike of after they broke it. And you start to see trapped insects, trapped fairy, trapped dog.
Trapped fairy? Breaking that piece off.
Yeah.
I've got an idea for that one.
Bigger.
I've got an idea for that one.
Make a dex check.
Oh boy.
Saving throw or just check?
Saving throw. It's easy enough to break off.
Yeah, to break it without breaking the fairy. So natural 14 plus 8. So.
As you break it off, not a problem whatsoever, but you notice that the crystal rapidly in the place that you broke it, as if it was trying to grab whatever it was there to grab it and break it in place.
Like it was trying to grab me.
Yes.
Okay. Don't lick the walls. Don't lick the walls. The walls will try to get you. Don't.
You put it in his head now, he's going to try and do it. You put it in his head, he's going to try and do it. This is your
I'm
fault.
taking a piece of rope and tying his jaw shut so he doesn't
Ball on the top.
Bow on the
Not
top.
even. Come on.
Yeah, he's already closed his mouth and it breaks the rope.
There we go.
You are now blind.
Shit.
Only I can see without my eyes.
I am still breaking off a few chunks to take them and I am taking the piece with the fairy in it.
Understood.
So if you break off a tiny little piece, I want to mage hand it and then I'm going to point at you. I'm going to take the little piece, I'm going to toss it at him, but I'm going to prestidigitate it to taste like a rock.
So you see the trilogy, yes, and you open your it's like a stone.
Make it taste like toes.
Sandy and
It tastes like
And it's like dissolving, so it's like putting your tongue in that stream.
sand. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Tink, 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 tink.
I pull out my sword, go on the back side of the sword because it's not a
dual blade.
it's
yeah.
not a it's a back sword.
just scraping.
So I'm scraping the tongue with the back of the blade, so it's not an edged part of the blade; it's the back of the blade. So
Yeah,
Which
we
is-
get
We
it.
got it. You're
Yeah,
not cutting
well-
your tongue off.
yeah, but it's a back sword, so it has no edge on the back.
What kind of sword is it again?
It's my gold one.
Which one again?
But it's not
Chance.
it's not sharp on the back, right?
Right.
You just want- okay.
I'm messing with you.
I take out my decanter around this water.
Uh-huh.
Just fire hose him in the face.
Water goes spraying everywhere.
Starts melting all the crystals, all the
Don't-
insects, all things start
Sparks
escaping.
and Ed make a dexterity saving
Don't
throw,
eat
if you
those;
will.
those are terrible. They're terrible.
Thumbs up.
Dex
Adam.
save.
Yes.
Time before.
You'll thank me later.
Dex saving throw.
Yes.
You've got a blink
18.
dog,
18.
a bone devil, and a barb devil. He's got some kind of dragon. I'm gonna have a.
And I have an advantage on things I
Hell
can
yeah.
see, but I didn't roll.
I'm
I'm also
Squish it.
I have mindset right now, so
I'm gonna squish it.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
What's your roll?
So if it's an advantage
I'm
on
not
things I
killing,
can
I'm
see,
just gonna
let me
squish
know.
it.
I get it.
Nathan Sparks.
25.
25. You're fine.
Just,
You guys are
I'm
spraying
wondering
as
if
you're
you want
moving,
to
so
teach me how to
the
do
various
this.
crystals that are growing underneath your feet are not catching you as you're traveling and traversing through it.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
are not
find,
heavy enough to crack the floor.
I want to find a nice big one that I can break off.
Well, there are plenty of ones, big ones that are able to break.
Crap! In the bag of holding.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Does it trip? Now you're going to be inside of one of these crystals.
That could be a big ass script. This could go down.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. And with almost a precautious of, oh, this is a bad idea, but you're already cracking into it. So you're like, commit. As you crack and use the body weight and pass through it, the wall, this singular, let's say 3 foot wide crystal that was peering up, you crack off a good chunk of it and immediately just shuts out, like almost like a rod is just shot through it. With it almost a few inches behind your back as you just travel through it.
Bag of holding? That was stupid, but I've got a nice prize.
Question is whether or not it's still alive,
Probably. It's in the bag of holding. It'll be fine.
or it seems to be alive.
Now that crystal's gonna grow inside your bag of holding and just consume everything.
I don't have much in there besides gold and platinum and
That's
about it.
That's going to be wrapped in gold.
You don't have any of that.
It has it now.
I have a little bit.
10. You have like 10.
I have 8 gold pieces.
Uh-huh.
That's all I have.
You ain't losing shit. You're fine.
Everything else is on me, and I don't have much. It's all utilities.
He owes
Yeah,
me
don't
like
eat the
200
walls.
gold
They're
pieces.
terrible. They're terrible. See, Esley is a dick. He's like, enjoy the walls, and it tastes like dirt.
I'm quietly laughing to myself.
Noted.
I'm just going to say for
It just looks cool,
roleplay reasons that I recognized everything that you did. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna- just like I saw.
Your passive perception is high
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
Well, but like to recognize the spells. I mean, I have the ability to do it. It's just
Yes.
say that. So Vedic and I are in on the joke too.
Oh no, I'm
He doesn't
I'm
pay
not paying
Vedic
attention.
has not noticed
Vedic is
anything.
50 yards down this corridor, 10 yards past where it became the purple worm's mouth. Spoilers. Is that an epiglottimus?
Hey guys, look what I found!
You're not supposed to see that for a week.
Anyway, damn
Hey
it.
guys, I found a tonsil.
The cave naturally opens up into a
It must be
wide.
a girl worm.
This hot air is coming through here too.
As you guys leave this natural cavern, you start to see natural life. Start to hear birds. Start to hear
Natural life.
movements of water. Yeah, only from glacial waters and smart water. Anyway, and you start to hear birds chirping, movement of water, of like a slight waterfall, if not multiple, combining into a singular sound, and a mass movement, almost like a rapid sound, like fast-moving water, followed by the cave gently open up into almost like a cavern area where many of the stalactites and mites have met up and are now acting as support pillars, somewhat, of this open up cavern that has a hole at the center of it. Not very tall, only maybe about 15 feet in height, but has expanded outward into a natural cave that has a natural opening at the top of it that has light coming down, as there seems to be a gathering of water from the various pools of water that have trickled over this opening from the top part, as you see various plant life and other jungle slash lush green that are slowly pouring over, along with the center that has definitely been recessed down at the center, with what looks to be some sort of shell-like an object that has been oversized at the center.
Like turtle shell or conch shell?
Conch shell.
Giant clam.
Somewhat like that. One of the spiral ones that is acting at the center pit, poking out of movement of heavy water of this massive pool at the center of this cavern.
World's biggest cone snail.
Followed by the strange sound over this calamity of noises, of various sounds echoing through this area, of what can only be described of like... what type of... It's like... My brain just farted again.
Is that what the smell is?
It's called
Yes.
brain fart.
The new fragrance by Estee Lauder.
Mongolian... There we go. Mongolian throat singing. But almost in a like a ribbit.
I love Tuvan throat singing.
Yes. As you hear the equivalent of that, but with almost as if a frog, several frogs are chirping at the same time. As you see... Along the ridge of this water pool that seems to be flowing constantly, slightly downward though, as there is a bit of a ridge into this pit, so to speak, of a blue-skinned frogman head straight up with his lower throat expanded as he's currently doing this singing, along with various twangs of that is currently going into some sort of singing. Hard to describe apart from that. That is currently base clothing of various leather straps, bits of bone that has been pierced into its flesh and slightly out, various bone entities / teeth, with a basic bottom tunic that is covering his lower regions. Seemingly undeterred with the additional guests, as a bigger toad the size of like 10-foot round, oversized, slightly overfed bullfrog comes right next to it out of the water with his big eyes looking towards you.
How far away?
That was, let's say, 50 feet.
Don't move. Its visual acuity is based on movement.
Vedic at the
You are making that up as you go along.
You're in the front. And you're like a bite size.
So Vedic is praying.
Please, I am a lure. Like stick me on a string and dangle me in the water. Like
Gold, you are a crystal ball.
One of the bigger eyes has.
The good news is, once he eats you, his head was being digested.
It's like
exactly what I do not want about it.
I really want it to be one of the frogs where they got that kind of like see-through belly, so that way while you're in there, we can just like flash laser pointers at you.
No, see what you do is you shine one side, and you see just the silhouette of Bennett going.
Spoilers again.
Anyway, he's paging through his book. This isn't supposed to happen.
This is how Batman dies.
Lost.
With the only real attention coming from the bullfrog,
I don't know.
as he's continuing as the oversized bullfrog, slightly chubby, as this,
Gigantoad.
Gigantoad, as this blue frog person apparently has a hat on his head made out of branches and leaves and loose green feathers coming over his head. Kind of looks, turns his head sideways to see one eye as the eye pops out. And then goes back in and continues singing for a solid 2 minutes before and then finishes. Followed by
Playing some bass notes.
Do you think we can talk to them?
What?
Do you think?
Are you doing that with your?
I'm moving forward toward Vedic.
I push him back
Should
forward.
we try and talk to
somewhere else.
Second eye.
Oh, that's
It starts to move forward. Followed by a from the blue entity
Oh
and
wait.
a strange like.
Oh no, I can hear it
Do
stomach
I
grumbling.
know this language?
You do. It is.
I can hear myself.
It is
being digested.
Aquin. As you hear Aquin out in the wild for the first time, and he's basically saying,
anyone?
Oh.
Anyone?
Can
It
I
has-
see its eyes from where I am?
"You can."
Cool. I kind of peek and look and
And the translation begins
Yep.
as you hear flabby tongue move away. As the toad stops, eye goes backwards, and then kind of just moves backward with a heavy lumber before.
I'm right up on the backside of Vedic going, don't worry, I'm here.
Oh, that doesn't encourage me.
So everything that gets said in Aquin, I'm far too not involved in this to actually repeat. But I mean, I'm going to like minor illusion, a little like sliding wall scroll for you guys of what's getting said.
What we're getting is a PowerPoint presentation of your interpretation of what's being said.
A little bit of both, so you can't really tell.
So,
Is this like common sub?
does the line graph on the arrow say that's a good thing or a bad thing? So,
It looks like Vedek's gonna be in some kind of a bubble with ice.
Let's see about its digestive habits.
As it just kind of chuckles at the frozen golden kobold on the and that is presented at the moment here.
You ask that, and I make a frowny face on the scroll.
don't move. They think you look yummy. Hello.
Welcome, travelers.
And now it's speaking just in Auckland, right?
Justing on Aquan, yes.
Okay.
So, do you actually speak Auckland? Okay. Wait, shit. We have to rely on Ek to translate for us.
No, you're getting an accurate translation. Now, whether you trust it or not, because I'm very
Ek's
clearly
gonna
not
explain
all...
through interpretive dance what it's saying.
So, welcome. Thank you for welcoming us here.
It's not
And
my
I'm translating
domain.
what he says also. Like, we're getting the full dialogue.
Wait, what do you say? I can't see this. Can't see the scroll. What's he saying?
It seems like
What's
your
the awkward word
companions
for
are very, very speaky.
Just that I know.
Shut up. I'm trying to have a conversation here. I'm trying to save your life right now.
Oh no!
Just gonna grab you by your head, put you on my shoulder.
Welcome to the Temple of Elemental Harmony. Have you come to seek this? Oh shit! What? And he kind of goes into his like pouches. It's like, what does it call it?
Actually, all of us
No, I'm a
prepared for
priest of this
combat.
place, right?
To the Temple of Elemental Harmony, and then Ek turns around and like completely butchers explaining what he's saying. So we're all like ready to fight. He's like, "Yes, welcome, enjoy the spa, have a buffet. It's a wonderful place." We're all like ready to commit murder.
Anyway, I'll continue speaking as these people seem to be continuing to yip yap with their strange language. Are you here for the elemental song as well?
The elemental song.
Aye.
Yes.
Typically in the key.
Yes, we are. I've got to really practice my throat singing though. But yes, we are here for the elemental song. What?
It highlights I have to practice my throat singing and like...
We are seeking guidance to the grand relic.
Is that what you
known
call it?
as the
This is all you, man.
soul
Don't try too hard.
It's all you.
soul amulet?
You got it.
If that's what you call it, fine. Different cultures have different name for this ancient thing. Though, if you want it, you're not gonna get it.
Elemental song.
That's
It's
what
close.
my humble tribesmen call it. We've been here for generations, waiting the opportunity to return to the ocean with the grandmother herself. Though that's been 3 generations of my forefathers.
So
So,
you're-
we'll see if it happens.
You're guardians of it.
Sure. I am the guardian of this temple, yes.
Well, I do want you to know that I would only. I'm trying to concentrate here.
Actually, he's pretty good. Let him continue.
All right, fine, indeed. Fine. I'm trying. Fine. You know, Aquan and your beat are completely different.
25 performance check.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. All right, fine, but I'll go with it. I've got my metal foot's tapping, even though I don't realize it.
So I'm taking this from Hewn Here 2 to The Who. I don't know if you're familiar with tube and throat singing, but there is a metal band that does tube and throat singing called the HU, The Who. Google that shit. They're awesome.
Right. GTS.
I am. I suppose I would only be a protector of it myself, because I do not intend to keep it forever. I only intend to use it.
How noble of you.
I only intend to use it for as long as I need to. That brings value to my cause, and then I will give it to the next one who can either protect it or use it for further good.
Make a persuasion check.
I was actually about to say I'm going to give him bardic inspiration, give him an extra D8 to need.
All right, yeah, do so. With a D8, if you wish to use
I am
it.
using that fucker. Unfortunately, I still rolled really bad. I rolled a 6.
I'm like
and then a
correcting the
2.
grammar and
So it's an 8 plus persuasion.
Like you're doing his side too,
It's a-
correcting your errors.
An 8 total.
8 total.
What the fuck did you roll?
A 6 and a 2.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
I get no bonus.
Remember how I talked
So
about how
a
we
few
did
moments
contact
pass as he seems to be
actually
reading you up
speaking
and
for
down
us?
as the oversized bullfrog goes. His eyes still. As he looks down towards his pet, Flabby Lips, as he called it, reaches into the pouch, takes a fist-sized, oversized butt beetle.
Is that butter?
And throws it into the air, and the eyes and the thick tongue goes into the gullet of the
Oh my god, no! He's threatening us! Run!
The snake is running.
Chuck dies behind a rock. Did you see that?
The tongue was thicker than you are.
I know!
It really was.
If you don't stop moving, he said he's going to do that to you. Just don't move.
Parentheses, he did not say.
Well, you're not the first to see such an item, and you're not going to be last. And don't roll your twice. I'm going to be contending for it as well. So get ready.
Seeing the going poorly from her, I will actually activate my once prolonged rest ability, universal speech. So no matter what language I speak, I will.
He can understand you.
They
Through the
can
power of
understand it.
music.
Doesn't actually let me understand
Nope.
them,
But
But with the combination of the scroll,
yeah.
a panic Vedic,
So
That's the subtitle.
still quietly
Gibberish.
strumming my bandlord to kind of keep this beat
Lollipop.
going, because he was talking about the elemental song, and it's like, friend, there is no need for us to be adversarial. We have a simple task to complete, and it would be a benefit to all if you were to not be in our way as we attempt to complete it.
there's a moment where he kind of goes and looks towards you and like,
Like he doesn't understand
yeah,
why
like
I'm
why is
speaking.
there understanding you as you speak it and also strum your instrument at the same
I
time.
speak it in iambic pentameter, rhyming iambic pentameter.
As the actual rhythmic of the chords and the music seem to convey the feeling and understanding
Yeah.
through the magical nature of your
Yeah.
capabilities.
since it's him talking, all of a sudden you have like a perfect crib sheet of like, we came from here, we did this, we're seeking the soulfire amulet. Soulfire amulet.
Yeah.
It's just everything that you could
I've
need
got
to
my
be
notes,
successful.
and then the
God damn it. All right. Let's try to stay on track here. I'm losing track on what's going on,
But
actually.
basically, what I would like to do is I would like to make the persuasion check.
Make another, make a persuasion check at the end of that.
Okay.
Lots going on, I get it.
I rolled a 4. 21.
Jesus
Christ. Hell.
Are you dead serious?
I am dead serious.
Yeah.
What's your bonus?
17?
Jesus fucking Christ, yeah, you're a bard.
He's a bard.
As he seems to read
Oh,
up
wait. I need to correct myself. I'm making a persuasion check, which means I can't get less than a 10 on the dice.
Oh,
27.
I forgot you had that. Damn it.
Not
Can't you
that
say?
it matters, but I was serious about the spell stuff, so like, does that count as helping in any way?
Does he need
Yes.
more help?
You want to give me advantage?
Why wouldn't I?
That's better. Oh my god, that's way higher.
19, so plus 17. You can do the math.
I take really good notes, guys.
That's a
Like,
lot.
I was a grad
36.
student.
So beyond the veil of the celestial gates that have been forcibly erected by the three prime deities that you do not speak of, except for one, there's a couple of gods that go,
Drum.
hey, look at this. It's pretty good.
Drum.
He-
Minor illusion that the notes are floating above my head.
Right. He stepped out. You know how there's the hole in the ceiling
I
with a light
stepped
coming through.
into
Stepped
the light.
into the light.
There's just a
Continuing.
little bit of a hump of ground right there at the light, so you can step up on it.
Continuing. He takes a more serious tone, looking this individual up and down as the eyes are not going in the same direction as they go a little bit up and down. And I believe you.
Key change.
And your words, though alien, strike me with a person of undenied fate tethered. I take it he's the one that's going to be taking it. Though, my ancestors demand me to do what I can. Though I'm not the one that's in your way right now. The ones that are in your way are the actual guardians of this temple.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Do I get the impression that he's actually going to, like, contend with me to
Make
get
an
this
insight
thing?
check.
My passive insight's better than that. Oh, that's actually pretty good. 16?
16. Well, I rolled a 8. With a little bit of the language barrier playing into this.
That was kind of the whole
Yeah,
thing.
but with assistance of what he's actually saying being immediately translated, thanks to a companion on a Bone Devil's back. Even this individual seems to be unperturbed from the extraplanar entities, whether or not he knows what they are. He doesn't seem to bat an eye towards them, at least in this area. It's hard to read.
But do I get the impression he's going to go for it too, is the question.
Hard to say, though he definitely seems perturbed
Okay.
of a person that has magical influence, is able to speak to a person without speaking their language, and is still able to portray such a charismatic nature to it.
Okay.
Of someone of alien
Remember how I said
origins.
key change? It was like, is he still going to go for it? The key change was, don't.
Okay.
Natural 19.
Natural 19 on the intimidate, so that's a 30.
Again, he seems. he seems
Oh no,
conflicted.
I'm being as charismatic as I can be. I am going to absolutely be your friend until I'm not.
And you've made that abundantly clear. He said what he said.
Yeah. So, we need to dive into this pool and go swimming for something, is what I'm getting.
Swim into the pool.
Water breathing.
Oh, we saw water breathing.
Yeah, good.
Hopefully you can
That
breathe like
doesn't
the
help you with
true
spellcasting,
creatures
though.
can. As you dive into the Guardian's domain of the elemental songs domain, I'm a priest of this place. Why do I forget all these names?
Trust me, I have the same problem.
It's elemental harmony. The temple of elemental harmony. The very grounds of where everything met. That is outside of the elemental evils. To make us. Well, more me than you. Looking towards the naked flesh of the humanoids.
What are we looking for in the pool?
Why would I tell you?
Looking for the...
Soulfire amulet.
Yeah.
But I would imagine it's not just sitting there at the bottom of this pool.
It kind of is, but there are a couple trials you have to pass. Not everyone is able to get to it. Very few have.
Well, y'all about to experience my shortcomings, because I got a strength modifier of 0.
I don't know what you speak of.
If we're trying to swim.
Yeah.
He's not impressed by your biceps. You can put your arms down.
I'm not impressed by my bodies.
If you go into the trials, I will guarantee, placing up a few fingers of his 3 fingers hand, seemingly making a small gesture in the air, by the god of the mother herself, that I will not interfere in your trials.
Oh, that means it won't help us or hurt us.
I'm okay with him not helping.
I wouldn't expect that. I would expect that.
It's just, I don't really feel the need to kill him, so if he can stay out of the way, I won't have to.
Why are you talking about that? You do it. It's a good thing he doesn't understand those words.
He does understand those words.
I did understand him.
Can someone please point me in what direction of whoever's ass I have to kick to get us off this island? Because I think we're running out of time.
True.
We have to go through some trials. in the pool.
Please point me in the direction of whoever's ass I have to kick.
Yeah, is it everyone goes through the trials or just whoever's going to retrieve it? Because it looked something like I was going to go have to do it. That's going to be a terrifying
Whoever
thought.
enters the pool begins the trials, followed by entering the temple. If you continue forth and follow where you are needed to go, as he points down towards this rotating seashell, you now notice, now getting a little closer to the water's edge, you see that the seashell that's right is actually part of a greater building that goes down about 100 feet deep of this roiling water that seems to be turning constantly around this place, that has various holes in the walls with seaweed growing up and around it, with the various fauna of the actual lake itself, or pool of water. And through this seashell-made structure, it seems to be held up by various pillars at the base of it that opens up as if this is used to be some sort of mega ziggurat, and you're only seeing the very top of it.
Is it just one of us, or can all of us go to support each other? Is it just
Again,
No, that's.
I'll explain it for your simple mind.
Ziggurat.
Whoever enters is part of the trial.
So it's part of the
Ziggurat.
trial. We need to support each other on
Ziggurat,
this, I
ziggurat.
think.
So,
All right, you can come out now.
Is the toad
You can come
going?
out now. I
Hold the
say,
eyes.
No, I'm good.
it's all right.
What do you mean it's all right? Look at it. I can still hear its stomach growling.
don't worry, Vedic. Vedic?
Vedic.
Vedic, don't
What?
worry. Prestidigitation, I've made you taste terrible.
That's a lot of good that's gonna do me after the fact.
If you don't believe him, you can lick yourself and prove it.
Another beetle has been thrown in the air. It gets like partially stuck in the mob.
Where's the inspired courage when I need it?
Look, he doesn't even want to lick himself, and he knows you know you have to taste terrible now. He'll spit you back out. It's all right, Vedic. Come on, let's look. There's a big swirling water toilet bowl of death right there. Do you want to go jump in?
Of course I want to jump in. What are you, new?
Approaching the water, seeing the roiling turning of the river itself, the lake itself, almost like the surface of a moving rapids. You start to hear as he goes back into the throat singing, as he puts his entire head upward, his throat expanding out and vibrating with the various notes as he's changing, as he begins plucking on his instrument, as you begin looking into the deep lake, deep pond that is.
No. I start this. All right, we got to make sure that the Bone Devil's ready to follow. Are we good? Can you talk? Can you find out if the Bone Devil is ready to follow us?
Bone Devil, are you ready to follow us? Nod your head to indicate. And this is the first time the Bone Devil understands me. Even though
Yes, and there's like twitching of the head of the
Even
bone
though it
devil
doesn't
itself.
recognize me as an
Yeah, it's
ally.
like begrudgingly understanding your voice. You feel a presence enter your mind. Insidious, slightly burning.
I shut that off. I want to make a will save. It's like, no, you don't get to talk to me. I said nod your head to indicate.
All right, make a wisdom saving throw. This is telepathy.
I understand.
Or
I failed.
telepathy.
Oh, it was like almost.
It was
there.
almost a 15, but then it rolled to the 5. So that's 9.
With a being that is impossibly old, has been doing this for centuries upon centuries.
And then there's
Sees you attempt to focus your mind so that you can go no, it just kind of plies its unnaturally long mental fingers into the crevices of your mind, and you start to feel the language inside of it.
I don't want to mental fingers in my crevices.
Are you making faces?
Yes, I'm making faces.
I flick the bone devil.
As you hear, we stand ready.
My world, welcome to it.
As it's retracting from you hear.
All right. Do
So
we
don't
want
have it
to
like
strap
funds
on?
not
Let's
in the
wrap.
contract.
Let's wrap. Look, you're a weakling. Here, let me help you. And I start wrapping a rope around your waist and knotting it.
I pull up
Taking my jaw, going so it's like a super tight knot.
If we need
Okay,
to
so
stop,
you two are tied together.
if we need to stop, grab onto me. Like
We're all
Trust.
strapping each other to everybody here, right?
So,
Here,
Very important question.
Nicholas, can you like tie yourself to the Bone Devil and the Bone Devil to us, please? No? Hello? Hello?
Okay, I'm just gonna
Man,
grab.
I actually liked her when she wasn't standoffish. This is like really tough.
Just walk around the Bone Devil.
Walking around the Bone Devil.
He begrudgingly sits still like a dog.
Make sure that doesn't come untied.
He pulls it a few times.
Cool. On you.
All right.
Just tell me if we need to stop.
What's our order that we're tied together? I'm first.
Let's do a marching order.
sinking
I should probably be somewhere in the middle, I think.
Oh, I was thinking put the 2 weights on the end.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'll be on the end then.
Heck in the front. You in the
Oh
back.
yeah, so that'll work out well. You can see us going. Whack! Get stuck.
I don't know how do you want to do this, guys.
Where's
So
the
make a
Bone
line
Devil?
of like where
I
people
would
are.
think the
on
Bone
the-
Devil will be near closer to the back, but no, the Bone Devil's in the middle. Let's do a mix.
There you go.
There you go.
That's good to me.
The Bone Devil is following Vedic.
There you go. Bone Devil's in the middle.
He's very uncomfortable about it.
So, as you guys finish tying each other up, as the throat singing continues from this frog person,
There we go. That works.
you're looking over this rapid pool that is twisting and turning underneath your feet, splashing on the corners. It is a good 5-10 feet drop before you hit the watery surface, as the various waterfalls are pouring into it, seemingly constantly filling it, but never overflowing. Anything else you would like to prepare before jumping in?
Everyone good?
As good as I'll ever be with the idea of being anchored to a turtle, a
You jump on, jump jack.
forged.
Guys, I'm having second thoughts about this.
As Eck jumps in,
Synchronized swimming.
whether you want to or not, one by one, as Sparks at the end jumps in without hesitation. Water fills your senses.
We hit water and I freeze it with shape water around myself so I am not getting wet this whole fucking time and I continue riding in silence.
Interesting. So you cast shape water. Understood. As you're holding tight to the back of the Bone Devil, that
So,
now has this
backpack.
buoyancy to it at the same time, but thanks to the boulders, is dragging it down.
So the Bone Devil literally has fucking...
all of my power require me to be able to speak.
You know that it doesn't impede, the water breathing doesn't impede verbal
And
components
through
of
a
spells.
desperate few moments as you're sinking down into the water, never having water breathing on yourself, as your lungs cry out for air as you take a panic, and then it subsides as you're like, oh, I can breathe water.
It's way better if you don't breathe.
And Sparks drop first. Followed by the rest of you, kind of floating there, kind of pulling off to the side.
Floating.
The current, not as strong as you might have thought while you're underneath the water itself. Still pulling you a little bit, but not that rapid pushing of power. As you're looking around, seeing the various fauna as you were going down, you saw various holes that ranged from 10 feet in diameter to 20 feet in diameter that has been spotting the area around you as you start to see the fauna as you go closer and closer, as you start to see shiny bits at the base of the floor as Eck and Sparks Lance make perception checks.
All of me and him? That wasn't too bad. That'd be modified 20.
23.
23?
Modified 20.
Both of you land with a heavy
I still have my
as
blindside on.
various bones that you just crushed lift up into the air.
Blindside.
As you see bones of various creatures, humanoid or animal alike, that have been submerged and died. And you start to see the bones that look dissolved on one side or scorched black in other places, as if it's been hit with a powerful lightning, even though in the water. As you're bearing your senses, Eck, you're the first one to see this. I will deal with that, all right? Stop touching my stuff.
Real quick, Kevin brought up a good point. I went through and checked all my spells, and of the ones that I've been using, only prestidigitation as a verbal component. So I have subtle spelled that every time that I've done it. So that way I am still not talking. So it's just sorcerer point, subtle spell that. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say it was about 5 times. But it's worth it to not talk to you people.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Thank you for your honesty.
It's worth it to us to not have to hear you talk.
Right? It's best for everybody.
While this conversation is happening around with
Press the
the
damn door.
bubble of safety from the water around Nicholas on the back of this bone devil that is currently kind of going with the rope because of the buoyancy problem. Eck, you're the first one to see this, followed by Sparks. Of the various hole that is about 20 foot in diameter, you start to see the tip of something that almost like tendrils of like some sort of sea creature that is at first small, then larger, then gargantuan in size. As you see a head 10 foot in diameter at least, with florals next to its size of a elongated eel mouth, of purple hue skin, oily and slightly as its nostrils buzz outward, then back in, then outward again, and its jaws open, and suddenly a tongue flings out of its jaw and wraps around. Everyone roll a d8.
Am I rolling it for
When you
me
stick your
and
hand in
those two?
Correct.
Don't get it back, that's amore.
When an eel bites your leg and the pain makes you beg, that's amore.
Well, mine is a 1 and theirs are 8s.
As the tongue wraps around Nicholas and pulls you immediately 20
The
feet towards it.
bubble.
Yep.
With the bone devil and the rest of us.
Congratulations, you've been promoted to Jawbreaker.
Does a 21 hit?
Probably.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. As the tongue immediately wraps around you and begins to pull you in closer and closer rapidly, and subsequently the rest of the group as you're tied together. As we'll get to that in just a moment, as we're going to take a small break as I and whip out a gargantuan guardian eel.
Yay!
So we're going to get to that
Fucked.
in just a moment.
All right.
See you, everyone, and until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I get to bring out this puppy.
I thought it
Are
was gonna
you
be
serious?
In the
Oh no.
I thought I was like, we're gonna. I was like,
FUCK,
hitting his purple worm
again.
anticipation.